Hi, this is Ronnie, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to Way Back When Wednesday. I am showing you all the stuff I found that I bought way back when. That one says 1998. That's how old some of this stuff was. Some of it wasn't exactly new, because when I first started, the only place I knew to shop was either the stamping store here in town, which was really high, or eBay. But the date that we're going to today in Way Back When is like late 1930s, early 1940s. When I did my tiny bit of journaling on here, I put early 1940s, but the more I thought about it, I remembered that their daughter was 14 when she married in like 1954, because her son is a little younger than me, and she had him when she was 15. So these could have been like 1939, and they look really young there. So I am saying that it was now late 1930s or early 1940s. I am going to send a picture to his son via Facebook Messenger and ask him just to be sure. But a little tidbit about her, Aunt Charlene, her family was carnival people. And they met when the carnival was in town. You know, usually the story is the guy was in the carnival and the girl meets the guy, but this is the other way around. And of course, you know, she grew up being part of the show, but they married and she became a country girl. My uncle died at 32. They had 4 children together, and she remarried and had 5 more. But I would still get to visit her. My family, you know, she was still family. And of course her kids were. And so I'd still get to visit her after she had remarried. And she lived in the country, had cows and milked the cows every morning and all that stuff. And I'd love to go with her to do all that stuff because it was so out of the norm for me. As I said, Uncle Roy was 32 when he passed away, and I was 5 years old. So I do remember him. That lace border there, I was planning on using it, and I looked at it, and it looks like it's got a dark blue underneath it. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and make an extra border with the dark blue so it looks like the lace is actual, more like lace on there, and that you can see the dark blue underneath it. And after I finished the layout and had brought it in here, I thought I could have moved it up farther. It didn't matter if it was laying on top that very dark blue lace or not, because it just looked like it was anyway. And that border that I cut out with punched out with the punch, it was a Martha Stewart border. That kind of striped looking paper, it reminded, all this paper came from Paper Studio. My daughter had gotten me a pack of 180 sheets, a long time ago, for my vintage photos, because I still hadn't done them. She thought that would encourage me to do them, and bought this for me so I could use it on the vintage photos. And of course, I haven't hardly touched that pad since I got it, and I wasn't using it for vintage photos when I did it, but I am now. Anyway, that striped looking paper reminded me a lot of houses that were roofed in that tin roofing, because it kind of looks like the tin roofing. And so I thought I'll use that on here. And of course, the other one is a lighter blue, and it's looks staged, and it's got faded writing here and there. And so I used it. I liked it too. And also, when I was pulling all this stuff out of the, well, it was a file cabinet I had it stored in, I pulled a piece of corrugated paper. It was in there. And, well, cardstock, I'm not sure what you'd call it, but anyway, it's corrugated, so I decided to use it on my page too. And I picked these stickers out, and when I looked at them, I thought, oh, I know they are clear stickers. I thought, they're not going to show up. Well, I laid one almost against the light blue paper, and no, it looked like it was going to blend right in, so I used the same color cardstock that's at the top, the cream colored, and matted it, stuck them to it, and fussy cut all around it. And see how my spade part on my shovel shows real good there? Yeah, that's what I was liking, was that it was showing. But I'm going to end up covering it up with pumpkins. Well, one anyway. And I wished I hadn't, but it's already that way, and I have completed the layout, so I guess it's going to stay. I just didn't even notice it while I was doing the layout. I am putting foam tape behind the pumpkins to give all this a little more three-dimensional look. And to tell the truth, I like it so much better stuck to that paper and fussy cut out than I would have as a sticker. I think it looks really good on this page. I went ahead and adhered this tin roof paper down. I'm going to go ahead and call it that. And the corrugated paper. And I'm going to put, like I see, I put one stripe of the adhesive there. And I'm putting the foam tape along the other edge so that it'll be the same height as the corrugated paper. And I wished I had more of that. I really like it. I have some corrugated paper, but I think it's colored. I'm going to have to find it. My brother-in-law got it for me. It's 6x6 also, and he got it for me for Christmas or my birthday one time. I guess find is not the word. I could, if I was sitting in scrap and I could look straight at it, and I'm sure it's still there. But yeah, I'm going to have to pull it out and look at the colors and see what colors I could use on this because I like that pretty good. I punched this tag out with my tag punch, and I'm going to punch out one of those reinforcers with the We Are Memory Keepers punch. And then I'm going to go type on it. I'm not going to type much. And the first word is Roy. And I hit that key, and I guess I hit it too hard. It hit twice. So it made it kind of smeared looking. So I had to hit it even harder a third time to make the R show up as an R. So it's Roy and Charlene Joyner, early 1940s. Like I said, I'm going to talk to his son, Charles Marion, and I'm going to ask him, what year he thinks it is. Because if it's earlier, I'd like to put that on here. And he may not even have a copy of this picture. And it might thrill him to get it. My title's going to be with these Paige Evans Happy Life, I think it is, letters. And it's the dark blue. So since I'm using dark blue in here, I thought they'd go really well. And they're so good at sticking. And they don't take up much space. So the joiners fit really good there. The photo albums my mom had when I was little, they had photo corners on them. That's how they were held into place. So I thought, I'm going to go ahead and put these photo corners on there. I may not have enough to go around to all my pictures that I'm going to end up doing on Way Back When Wednesday, but some of them's going to get photo corners. I guess I could make some of my own, though. I do have punches that I can make them. Probably won't put it on all of them either, but those look really good on here. That basket, bushel, I guess it's bushel of apples laying there. I didn't cut them out, stick them on, or cut them out until I thought I was done with the layout. And I thought, boy, it needs more. This is awful plain. So I went ahead and stuck them down, cut them out, and put them on here. And thought I was done again, but I thought, it needs more again. So this paper is... It came in some ephemera, or else it might have been cut out from a piece of paper, but it wasn't a full sheet of anything. But one time, my daughter got me a package of ephemera. She was really encouraging me to do this. She got me a package of old-looking ephemera stuff, and another time a book, which was in the stack. And so I thought, well, I'll cut this up as straw. And that's one good thing about the printed. It gives it variegated colors into the straw. And you could just cut it by hand. It don't take a lot of work. Grass is the same way. It don't take a lot of work. And you can go ahead and add it. And I kept raising it up to look to see if I had enough or if I wanted more. And of course, I always want more. I guess I shouldn't have said that it don't take a lot of work. It is a little bit time consuming, but it don't have to be expertise or on the dot or anything. You can do it messily and it's still going to turn out good if you layer it, as long as you get strips of it on there. You can even do them singly instead of doing the in and out thing that I was doing here. I am going to do some of the individual pieces down with the pumpkins. But Yeah, I think it adds so much more to the page than it did when it was plain and without it. But like I said, it is time consuming. So I'm going to talk about something else. See the house in the background? It was what was called a shotgun house. And by a shotgun house, what I was told, you could take a shotgun and shoot it at the front door and shoot straight ahead, and it's going to go out the back door because there isn't no walls in between there. There's doorways to the next room, and the kitchen's generally in the back, but the bedroom's in the middle. And if it had a bathroom, it'd be like a corner of the kitchen. But chances are this had an outhouse. As long ago as this was, yeah, it had an outhouse in the town where I live. I don't ever remember living in a house that had an outhouse, so I was very, very lucky there. But I did go to a relative's house that had them. Um, the screens on the windows there is just some screen nailed onto it. It's not framed out or anything, but you could tell that it is a piece of screen nailed on there. And then you see the foundation of the house, and all it is cement blocks. And chances are it was either the east side of town or the south end, because the river goes right along through there, and it would go over the banks pretty often, in the springtime especially. Oh, well, I guess I'm done with my layout, so I guess I'll quit talking about the picture. And I do have a variation here where I didn't have the straw and then I added the straw. So this one coming up right here does not have the straw because I didn't decide to put it till I thought I was done and took ending pictures. And this one has straw. So you can see the difference of how much better it looks with the straw. And if you leave a comment below, I'll be sure to get back with you. And I love to get comments and to get to know my subbies. Yay. And there is there is a giveaway. So find that video, because I do have a 1,000 subby giveaway, and get your name in the drawing. And if you like the video, hit a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. Then you would be eligible for the giveaway. But thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully you'll join me again next week for another Way Back When Wednesday. Bye. Have a happy, scrappy week.